true love. In a small town by the sea, there lived a man named Thomas. He had spent most of his life working as a carpenter, building houses and furniture for the people in his community. Thomas was content with his life, but something was missing. He often found himself feeling lonely, even though he had many friends and a peaceful routine. One summer evening, as Thomas was walking along the beach to clear his mind, he noticed a woman sitting on a bench, watching the waves. Her name was Eleanor. She had moved to the town recently, seeking a quiet place to heal after a difficult divorce. She was quiet, thoughtful, and had a gentle spirit. At first, their conversations were brief and casual. Thomas would greet Eleanor when he saw her, and sometimes they would talk about the weather or the beauty of the sea. But over time, their talks grew longer, more meaningful. They discovered they both shared a love for old books, for art, and for the simple pleasures in life, like sitting by the water and listening to the rhythm of the waves. One evening, as the sky turned pink and the air grew cool, Eleanor asked Thomas, "Have you ever believed in true love?" Thomas thought for a moment. He had always believed in love. He had loved his family, his friends, and his work. But true love, the kind of love that fills you completely, that never fades? He wasn't sure. "I think I've always believed in the idea of love," he said slowly, "but I don't know if I ever thought it would happen for me." Eleanor smiled softly. "Sometimes, love comes when you least expect it. It's not always fireworks or grand gestures. Sometimes, it's the quiet moments, the ones where you realize that, without even trying, you've found someone who understands you in a way no one else does." Thomas looked at her, sensing that she spoke from experience. "And how do you know when it's true love?" he asked. Eleanor paused, her eyes gazing out at the horizon. "I think you know when you're willing to give yourself completely to another person, without fear of what might happen. When you can be yourself, with all your flaws and imperfections, and still feel loved." Thomas felt something stir in his chest. He had never been afraid of love, he had just never believed it could happen for him. But now, sitting next to Eleanor, something felt different. The connection between them was growing stronger, more natural. He began to understand what she meant. Over the following weeks, their bond deepened. They spent more time together, not just talking, but sharing their lives, helping each other with small tasks, laughing at old jokes, and comforting each other in times of sadness. They didn't need grand gestures. Their love was quiet, like the sea they both admired, a love that didn't demand attention, but was steady and constant, rising and falling with the rhythm of life. One day, as they sat together on the same bench by the beach, Thomas took Eleanor's hand. "I think I finally understand what you meant about true love," he said softly. It's not about waiting for something perfect. It's about finding someone who makes you feel complete, someone who helps you be a better version of yourself. Eleanor squeezed his hand gently. True love, she said, isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone who sees you for who you really are, and still chooses to stay. And in that moment, Thomas realized that true love had quietly entered his life, not with a grand announcement, but with patience, understanding, and the willingness to open his heart to someone who had, unknowingly, healed him. They didn't need words to know they had found something rare and beautiful. Their love, simple and true, was enough. I hope you enjoyed this story. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep reading, listening, and speaking English to improve your skills. Don't forget to subscribe my channel for more engaging English learning stories. See you in the next video.